I've got a burn pile just behind the camera. I'm going to go ahead and get working on that, as I want to get that burnt down sometime in the next couple of weeks so that I can work on my secondary pile. And once those are done, I can finally get to work on the other tree that I've got waiting to cut up. So let's get some work done. I'm calling it for the day. Sun's getting low. I gotta get some grocery shopping in, and then I gotta get inside to get some video editing done. Um, Channel. It is the Saturday night just after Christmas, and it's been a pretty good week for me. I hope everybody enjoyed their holiday. I would have put up a video, but I wasn't comfortable with asking my friends and family to appear on video just yet. Um, Especially my dad. He's a little distrustful of technology, to say the least. Uh, I think he's seen Terminator too many times. Who knows? But overall, it was a very good Christmas. My friends and family, they all know that I just bought this house last month. Uh, and they got me a bunch of really cool stuff for it. So I've got a full set of baking pans. I've got all kinds of pots and pans for my stove. I had I call her my old country mama, one of my two remaining country mamas. Uh, she's not my real mom, but you know she's as good as. She bought me a lot of little utensils for the kitchen. This really cool beer opener, which I thought was very very nice. Thank you, Trish. I know you're watching. Um, from there, oh, my dad got me this pillow for Christmas, guys. This thing was, oh, it is amazing. It's one of these really nice, cool touch memory foam pillows, and I like sleeping in cold environments, so that pillow is love. Let me tell you. If I could find a link on Amazon for it, I'll put it down in the description below because I think everybody needs to have one of these pillows. But moving on from there, so I got a lot done the last couple of days. Yesterday I ended up having to drive all the way out to Parkersburg, which for me is about a 30 mile drive. So I drove out there so that I could buy a ladder. Thanks to my stepdad, he actually sent me a gift card for Christmas, which basically allowed me to buy my ladder. And I finally got an opportunity to clean out my gutters, which I am glad I finally got around to. As you guys will be able to see in one of the videos I put up on the channel, those gutters were to capacity. Uh, it was only the back side of the house in one spot, and that was where my trees hanging over the house. I checked my front gutters and I checked the other ones where there was no tree coverage, and there was basically nothing in there. A couple leaves, so nothing really concerning. Moving on from there, I managed to finally tear down the old shed ramp and get the new one built up and installed. I have started to work on cleaning up my burn pile, which there'll be a separate video on that, so that I can finally start working on burning off some of the excess tree branches that I have laying around the yard. Uh, and then I can get moving on my next tree to cut up. But I can't do anything with that tree over there until I get that first tree completely cleaned up, which it's basically clean at this point. I gotta clear out that burn pile, which I've got about two to three good burns worth of material out over where the pile is right now. So once I get all that burnt down, cleaned up, then I'm gonna go move on to my other tree. Which my timeline, I've still got plenty of time to get that done before spring comes, because I want to, the moment we pass our last frost date, I want to start getting some food thrown in the ground so that I can get what was I going to say? So that I can get growing. Not to mention, I've still got a lot of cleanup left to do on the peripheral part of my property. So that's going to be an ongoing project over the course of the next couple of months. I really should look up my growings. Oh God, what the hell? Sorry about that. I think that was a ladybug or something flying around in here. Got a bit of a ladybug problem up in my area, and I was attacked by a hive of bees as a child, specifically hornets. And so anything that buzzes around me still freaks me out. So I hope you guys enjoyed that visceral reaction there. But moving on from my innate fear of bees, and I can tell you guys tons of funny stories about that later. I actually had something I wanted to share. Now, I made no secret of the fact I live in West Virginia, but I'll tell you one thing that I didn't anticipate living here, guys. It is impossible to find some places, even with GPS. Like, I know my dad had told me, but I'm just now learning this. So, I used GPS to drive down to my friend's house for Christmas Eve, and I had no problems finding the place with GPS. Well, I have no problems navigating the roads using the GPS, but I get to her place or where the GPS says it is, and I don't see it. I don't see her house number anywhere. So I call this chick and I'm like, hey, where are you? She comes walking out into her driveway, and I'm parked right there in front of the driveway. Like, this thing was hidden and tucked away. I felt so dumb trying to get help there. I'm just like, wow, I cannot believe I didn't see that. But to be fair to me, it's not like her driveway is very well lit, so I couldn't see it. Which kind of reminds me, a few years ago when I was visiting, I ended up using GPS to take her home one night, and then on my way out of her apartment complex, I followed GPS. It took me down this old dirt road that had a locked gate. Now, it was only a single lane road heading down, and you didn't really even have space to pull over to let another car by. So I spent probably 15 minutes trying to get my car turned around, which was that was just a nasty endeavor. I will tell you guys, it sucked. So, Pat. Oh, there you are. What else can I talk about? Can I help you? Say hi to my doggy, guys. Ain't he the cutest? You want a ladybug? You want it? It's right here. Okay. Yes, you don't. I flicked it off. It's over there somewhere. Go find it. But moving on from the driving story, like, I've got a new year coming up, and while I'd say 2019 was not, it's right there, dude. Get it over there. Look, turn around. Over by the wall. Look up there. God, you're a dumber than a rock. Look right there. Will you kill that ladybug already? So moving on from there, guys. Get it. Don't look at me. I'm not controlling it. So moving on from there, guys. So 2019 is rapidly coming to a close, and what I wanted to do was take just a few minutes to kind of recap my year and more for posterity or austerity. I can never get the words right. Um, but earlier this year, so back in February, my mom passed away after a pretty long, I don't want to say a long illness, but she had had a scare a year ago. And the doctors are like, well, you better say your goodbyes now. She ended up recovering. And then February rolls around and she passes away. So this was actually my first Christmas without mom. But from there, after mom passed, I had decided, I'm tired of living in Arizona. No offense to my step family or anything. I love them and I miss them terribly. But there was just something about West Virginia that kept getting into my blood. So I decided, let me start looking. Took me a couple months to come to the decision, but I'd say about April, May of this year, I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and start looking at a house, see if I can't find something to buy. So I got myself pre-approved for a mortgage, and I started looking around, and I came across 5 or 6 houses that I had remote viewings on. One, one was the house itself was perfect, but it sat on less than an acre in the middle of Huntington, and I was not comfortable with living out there. There was another one, I don't remember where it was, but it had about 3 acres of property, which was very attractive to me. But when I had a viewing of the house, it was very, very clear that that house had a lot of black mold in it. And I was not about to start having to deal with black mold in a house. And then I don't remember the other ones. There was a 35-acre property that I was really interested in, but in hindsight, I'm glad I didn't go with that. So then I got a new realtor because I was not having a good success with my other realtor. So I think I went through 3 realtors before I came across Heather, which I will link to her Facebook page down below for anybody that actually lives in West Virginia. She's an amazing realtor, super empathetic, very understanding, very, very willing to work with you on any questions you might have. She does good work. So I'm gonna link her Facebook down below for uh, her, I guess, real estate brokerage now. I think she opened up a brokerage. I can't remember. Uh, and then we settled on this house, closed, last month. And so it's been a really crazy year this year. I'm looking back at where I was in February versus where I am now. Like, even in February, I never imagined that I would own a house. Like, I could have never in my wildest dreams imagined or believed for just a moment that I would be a homeowner at any point. I had set a goal in front of myself to have a house before 35, and I'm 31, so I met that goal. But then again, I had also set a goal to lose 100 pounds, and that still hasn't happened. Um, which kind of brings me into my plans for next year. And I might make a separate, New Year's video if I want to ride the New Year's wave. But my goal for next year is I'm going to be turning 32, and I can already begin to feel the effects my excess weight is having on me. Uh, if I don't get myself straightened out in the next 3 years, I'm not going to last into my old age. So I'm going to, starting tomorrow, and I guess it sounds like a New Year's resolution, but starting tomorrow, I'm going back on my diet. And when I stick to my diet strictly, I burn weight fast. So my goal is by spring to be down 20 pounds. So right now it's December. It is actually December. So it's December 28th. So my goal is within 90 days to be down by 20 pounds. And if I stick to my diet with a little bit of cheating, I mean, I love my junk food, and if there's one thing I've learned about dieting, it's that when I get super strict about a diet, I don't adhere to it for very long. So I have no, well, I have one Mountain Dew left in the house that I bought while I was out grocery shopping earlier. I will not have any more Mountain Dew in the house. I have tea, but I use artificial sweetener in that, so I'm not worried about any extra calories there. My fridge is full of veggies, fruits, and all of that. And my goal is to not only, who's Snapchatting me? My goal is to not only stop eating crap, but to, try to eat healthier, especially with me wanting to grow my own food. This was a major motivating factor in me wanting to grow food. If I am going to sit here and eat out of boredom, one, I need to do something about the boredom, which a lot of my boredom eating comes on the weekends when I'm not working and not doing anything else. That's part of why I have this YouTube channel, to give me something to do and a form of accountability. These videos I put out for you guys are my form of accountability. If I am not making these videos, I am probably sitting around doing nothing, and that is not good for my health. So this is how I hold myself accountable. So we'll see how it goes. I know that when I get serious about it, my weight can come off, and with all the physical labor that I'm going to be doing this spring and summer, when I have more daylight hours, I know that I'm going to melt very, very quickly, which has me extremely excited. But you know what? We'll see, guys. I could use some encouragement on that in the comments. Don't be afraid to ask me how my diet's going, guys. I'm not afraid to take a little bit of internet shaming over my weight. But in the meantime, guys, I am really tired. I've got groceries to put away. I've got meals to prep, and I've got about 3 days worth of video editing that has to get done. So do me a very big solid, guys. Hit the subscribe button. Having you guys subscribe, that means a metric ton to me, and it really helps encourage me to keep going. And if you like this video or any other videos on my channel, go ahead and hit the like button there, guys. In the meantime, thanks for hanging out, and I'll catch you later.